Hi guys, welcome to Mommy Issues the Game, also known as Tell Me Why. Are you ready for trans excellence? Are you ready to cry? Are you ready for pain and suffering? Oh my god, I got like no sleep last night and I had a bunch of nightmares, so let's fucking get into this. I'm so ready. Wait, hang on. Actually, I gotta turn my light on real quick. Alright, so before we get started, as always, gotta do some quick housekeeping. If the sound's kind of fading in and out, don't worry about it. It's because I keep clicking in and out of like the Twitch chat overlay. It's a whole thing. Anyways, it'll fix itself eventually once I stop having to like navigate out of stuff. Anyways, ! map in the chat. Are you ready for pain and suffering? Strange sales pitch, but we'll roll with it. You know what? Yeah, okay, you might be right, but like, it's a good sales pitch for me. I would definitely be intrigued if I got that sales pitch. But it's also a good time. It's pain and suffering, but it's also a great fun time. Anyways, ! map in the chat stands for Medically for Palestinians. The link will lead you to the MAP website, where you can learn more about the organization. They basically do what it says on tin. They get very much needed medical aid to Palestinians. Please donate if you can. ! BDS in the chat. Stands for boycotts, divestment, and sanctions. The link will lead you to the BDS website where you can learn more about it. It'll give you the list of Israeli products we're boycotting, as well as companies to divest from on a larger scale. So yeah, the link will teach you more about that. ! Palestine in the chat. We'll give you the link to the booklet made by lovely people over at Game Assist. It'll give you more information about the situation in Palestine, resources, how to get involved, connections to the gaming industry, etc., etc. Yeah, my stream's buffering. Hang on. The link to Decolonize Palestine will lead you to their website, which will also give you more information about Palestine and what's going on. History of Palestine, also a very good reading list that you should definitely check out. But anyways, yeah, let's finally get into the game, shall we? New game. I think there are some copyright songs in this game, so I might have to mute the music occasionally, but I said new game, didn't I? Tell Me Why is a story-based game that takes your choices into... Oh, it disappeared. Choices into account, yada yada yada, choose wisely. Your actions will have consequences, but get the general gist. Anyways. Yeah, so I think I'm probably gonna have to, like, mute it sometimes. But I don't want to mute the entire thing because I'm just so sick of that bullshit. Like, it's so depressing having the whole thing be silence. Also, for those of you who have not seen, I got a haircut. My hair's short again, which I'm so happy about. Feels very on theme for...
I need to ask you a few questions, okay?
Trans excellence.
Can you tell me what happened tonight?
I went to show her my haircut.
Wait, is my controller plugged in? Oh
She
yeah,
had
it
a
is.
gun.
Take your time.
She freaked out.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. My mom tried to kill me, so I stabbed her. I killed my mother.
One hell of an opening. You gotta give them credit. I think Don't Nod really popped off with this one, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as we all know, Life is Strange trash, but this is the real shit. Okay, hang on. Wait, I think we're gonna have to mute this. I think this is copyright audio. Hang on. Lovely. It's the sound of silence. I hate this so much. Recycle, my dude. For Christ's sakes. Someone mentioned that she looks like a sim practicing their charisma in front of the mirror there, and it's very true. Like, I can't unsee it. But also me. Okay, yeah, this scene without the music is kind of awkward. Oh my god, I almost forgot about Alyson being an astrology girly.
Find the keys to the old house. Then I'm gonna drive to Fireweed, and I'm not going to freak out. Everything's fine.
I immediately feel so seen by this girl. Okay, does the controller not work for this? No, it does. Okay, now I can turn the music back on. Hang on. Hang on. It's still playing in the background. For Christ's sakes. Alright, let's just hope that Twitch doesn't, like, fuck me for this.
Haven't practiced since high school.
Hopefully it'll end eventually.
Oh, come on. Why do I still have this? Every time I look at it, it reminds me of how very single I am.
Alyson and Bobby, Caribbean Dream Senior Prom 2012. Police Chief Brown asks council to reconsider budget. Docs strike to begin this week. Mayoral election candidate Tom Vecchi sports gun control money for local schools. Tom Vecchi. Yet another... Well, I guess we can't call him a Life is Strange man, but yet another Don't Nod man that is just absolutely the fucking worst.
Is he gonna like this? Or is it too much?
It's cute. Come on, it's cute.
It's gonna be so crazy to see him after all these years.
No comment? Okay.
Michael and Tyler are so gonna hit it off.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
I should probably check my email one more time before I go. No, I've already done that 3 times.
And look,
this
she's
morning.
got like a little like spaceship thingy like sticker on her laptop and little stars. It's so sapphic of her, honestly, to be so obsessed with like stars and astronomy and space. Like that's very gay of you, Alyson. It's giving like lesbian who hasn't figured out that she's a lesbian yet.
I should probably get rid of this. I mean, I can stream it anytime I want. But it makes me happy just to look at the box.
Yeah. Also, like, streaming services with the way they fucking get rid of shit randomly without any warning, like, you want a physical copy of something, or at least have it, like, downloaded, like, on a USB, so you don't have to worry about that. Hang on. I think I minimized the overlay by mistake.
I need to bring this with me to Juneau.
Luna Watson, I gotta say, if this is like a ploy to get me to buy your art or hire you or whatever to do art for my channel,
Plans to see the Geminids.
I'm not interested.
Hey, you wanna freeze your ass off watching burning rocks fall through the sky? Yeah, I might need to work on my sales pitch.
Yeah, I would go. I'm just getting sick of like people constantly showing up just for that. It's like I think I need to put like a general message like on my chat and pin it that's like, hey, not interested in hiring any artists right now. If you're just gonna show up to my stream just to be like, hey, look at my Twitter, look at my Instagram, like buy my shit, and then like not even interact with like what I'm actually doing because you don't actually care about like video games or what I'm streaming, then like don't bother.
Oh. Ooh, I can't wait to force Tyler to watch this with me. He's totally gonna hate it.
That is the biggest like sibling mood ever. I mean, I'm an only child, but based on what I've heard about sibling interactions and dynamics, that's very on brand. Oh wait, I think that
right.
triggers a
I've stashed them
cutscene.
down
Hang
here.
on, nope. Ugh, damn it. Oh well. I think you can look around her room later in episode 3.
So that's where you've been hiding.
Oh god.
This feels like another lifetime. All right. I think I'm ready to go now.
Oh no, we can still look around.
One more season. What am I even gonna do with myself when it's over? Get invested in the lives of real people?
Horrifying. Disgusting. Absolutely not.
Probably not gonna see any stars at this time of day.
I think we already
Haven't
looked at
practiced
this.
since high school. I'm probably super rusty. I could look at this artwork all day. Not the prettiest of my creations, but she weirdly kind of looks like me in the morning.
Okay. Did I look at this already? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I've looked at everything. Let's go.
Allie. She's gonna be so awkward.
How do I examine this closer? There we go. Hang on. I need to... No.
Can't believe I'm about to leave this room for the last time.
Never mind. Okay, I need to minimize the overlay real quick, or reset it, because it's starting to get in my way.
Here. I just need to grab my goblin, and I'm off. Bummed I have to leave this behind, but the old house would probably collapse if I blasted this inside.
I mean, you could just bring it and not play it, and then, like, you know, save it for later, but whatever.
Been listening to this on a loop lately. Man, the soundtrack to my angsty teen years. I'll leave it
it's
for
a
the
mood.
next rebel. They're gonna need it more than I do.
The Transgender Man's Guide to Healthy Masculinity. I don't know if that's a book that actually exists, but it should. By Alex Green. Songs of Innocence, William Blake.
I know most of these by heart at this point.
Shelter from the Flood. Ina Beckford.
Wish I could have finished this before I left, but God, it was a slog. Bye, Herbert.
Herbert! He named the plant Herbert. That's just, that's so cute.
You stay here. Educate the youngsters in classic cinema.
He's such a dork. I love him so
No.
much.
I need to get my application ready for next summer.
I need to tell you that, like, when I first played this game, it, like, spiraled me into yet another gender crisis. Like, there was a very, like, substantial period of time where I was genuinely questioning if I was a man just because of Tyler, and then I realized, no, I just really love him as a character. And he low-key does give me gender envy, but not necessarily from, like, a I want his exact gender standpoint, just like a I think he looks cool standpoint. Also, I really want his jacket. You can actually get it, but I think it costs like $70 or something ridiculous like that. Doesn't everyone name their plants? I mean, they should. I don't know if they do, though. Take me, this box of junk/treasure is now yours by the first law of finders keepers. Testosterone, refill, T-Rex. Yeah, so he's basically been in juvie for the past, like, 10 years, I think. Oh, I think this is... Oh no, this is a different letter. Hey Aaron, you know I'm bad at this, but I just wanted to say you've been the best counselor in at-risk yet redeemable youth. Haha, good one. Thanks for putting up with me and helping me in more ways than you know. I'll try and make it count outside Fireweed. Survival is rebellion. Thanks, man, Tyler. I think it was Sarah who said that's like a white man's Audre Lorde. I actually can't remember what the Audre Lorde quote is now. I'm kicking myself. Yeah, but it's something similar. There's something to be said about, like, calling kids at risk. Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, in Before the Storm, how, like, some of the students, like, including Chloe, were being labeled as high risk. Like, that's a perfectly normal and not at all problematic way to talk about teenagers.
Is there any way I can... Nah, that's someone else's problem now.
Shit I gotta do. Tutoring. Help Perez with college admission essay. Call Dr. Beck, read counseling sessions with Jeremy, meet Aaron, read gardening program setup, miscellaneous, finish paperwork for escape, W2, and letter November 2nd, something for Alyson. Hang on and look at this.
Man, he's going places. And I'll be able to say I helped him on his way.
Fireweed Youth Center student art show at Grindhouse. Tyler Ronan, age 20, matches young Tlingit artists with favorite local venue.
Man, I'm gonna miss that view.
For real. Don't nod, or tell me why, but like I would say pretty much all of Don't Nod's games have such like beautiful scenery, for real, like absolutely stunning. I saw this Instagram post the other day by Don't Nod that was like showcasing all the lighting in their games. And it made me realize
I
how
miss these dum-dums.
goddamn like beautiful and perfect the lighting is in pretty much all of their games. Like, you don't think about lighting being a crucial part of making video games, but it is important. Anyways, later Tyler, best mentor, good luck, you escaped. Is that a Y or a V? Hang on. Oh, it's a V. Vaya con Dios. I think, I'm not positive, but I think that means go with God. See you soon, we'll miss you. Okay, I think I've looked at everything around here.
Hey, little guy. You're gonna be reunited with your sister soon.
Alright. Hey Anna, Google transgenders guy, man, transgender, why do
Cool.
I put an S at the end
I'm
of
totally
anyways?
ready to go now.
Transgender Man's Guide to Healthy Masculinity, and I think this book doesn't exist, sadly, but Def should, yeah. Someone needs to write it. I know some of you could. So yeah, at trans men, get on that. I think I've looked at everything, right? Yeah. Sorry, I keep taking my headphones out, putting them back in, because I don't like the way my voice sounds when, like, both my headphones are plugged in, but... Give me water and light. Or sunlight, thanks. Well, he's leaving Herbert behind. That's so sad. Don't throw the bear out the window! It was cute! Also, that's such a waste. Like, littering much? Just, like, donate it or whatever.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi. First time we see each other in 10 years, and it's hi, Tyler.
Oh, sorry,
It's fine, Alyson. Hi's a good place to start.
God, it's good to see you.
Likewise.
God, this game fucks me up so bad. Ugh.
Have anything else you need to get?
Nope, this is it. My last 10 years in a bag.
Then we should get going. We just have time to make the morning ferry.
Don't not
You
really
look
do
good in
the
that.
nail the sibling
Thanks.
dynamics,
One of my
though.
mentees designed it.
For real.
Really good.
Yeah, he's so incredibly talented. I got a couple of local coffee shops to hang his art.
Tyler Ronan, shaping the leaders of tomorrow.
Yep, we're screwed.
So, are you gonna miss anything about this place?
No, poor bear. Yeah, literally. I don't think I remember this game. Yeah, I don't think you've really seen me play it at length, Steve. The people.
Honestly, people. The other residents, my mentees, my counselor Aaron.
Also, his
Took me a
jacket has
while
a
to fit
phoenix
in.
on the back, which I love.
Once I did, it felt like home. They made me feel safe. Safe enough to be me.
That's so great. I'm really happy for you.
We planning to drive to Delos Crossing or push?
You are welcome to walk.
Nah, I'll take my chances.
Need one last look or anything?
Looked. Let's go.
Save the Pooh Bear. Hashtag save the Pooh Bear, so true. There's something to be said, and yeah, like Zara already mentioned this. I promise I'm trying not to just piggyback off of the good game assist commentary, but like there's something to be said about him saying that like Juvie gave him like the space and freedom to be himself. Cause like there are certain trans youth that definitely would not have that experience in Juvie.
Not creative.
Like particularly like I think trans kids of color. Like I think a lot of Tyler's experiences with the carceral justice system, like basically being put in like cushy, like comfy juvie basically, and like treated in a certain way, it heavily has to do with his whiteness. And like there is something to be said about how a lot of like the trans experience is constructed around like a white Western understanding of transness in this game, so that's definitely something you can criticize about it. But despite all of that, like a lot of it is still really good.
Enough to make that stuff up. Oh, and just last week, they had to turn the ferry around because a bear was on board.
No way.
Someone heard a commotion in the back of a delivery truck, so they opened it up. And there was the bear, fat and happy on a literal mountain of empty chip bags.
That's me.
You go where the food is.
Oh, I can relate to that.
So then what happened?
I'm not sure. I think they couldn't get him to leave, so they tranked him.
Aw, poor buddy. Shot in the ass just for getting the munchies.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Safety first in bear country.
Yeah, but prevention is best. Common sense goes a long way in keeping them from getting shot.
The bear is fine, Tyler.
For now. You hear they've been talking about loosening up regulations on trophy hunting again? Higher bag limits, inhumane ground traps, even bringing back hibernation hunting. What kind of asshole gets off on killing a sleeping animal? I'm not against hunting, but predators play a vital role in the health of our natural parks. What? Why are you smiling? I'm being serious.
Oh, I can tell, Ranger Tyler.
Not yet, but at least I got the school part out of the way.
For real though, like he is
Can't
full
believe
of
you have
excellent
bachelor's
takes.
already. While I boast a half-completed certificate
Consistently.
in accounting from an online college that may have stolen my credit card number.
You'll
Girl,
figure out what you want. You have time.
there is something to be said about like a lot of this game also really reflects
How are you
like
Like I'm about to drive straight into a whiteout.
early
Salt
20s
lights are
bullshit tangled in with the trauma. Like how Alyson doesn't really know what she's doing and feels like she hasn't done anything substantial with her life and is just kind of like, you know.
What about you? Alyson?
Whoa. Zoned out there for a second. Sorry.
What's up?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that you're right here, standing beside me, on our way to Delos.
You don't have to apologize. It's a lot. Why did we take the ferry instead of the coast road?
'Cause I didn't want to be stuck in the car with you for an extra 2 hours.
Ha ha.
We have to take the ferry. It's the only way to reach Delos from Fireweed.
I see. Well, good. I don't think my stomach could have taken 2 more hours of how you handle curves.
I'm sorry. Do you want to take over
Shade.
driving while we dock?
No.
You're gonna have to get back behind that wheel at some point, you know.
Look, I put a fireweed van nose first in a ditch.
Hey.
Yet another
at least
gay
you
who
missed the
cannot
point.
drive.
I'm guessing things haven't changed much.
You mean in Delos? Still the capital of East Jesus Nowhere. Can't wait to get out of here.
Was it really that bad?
Pretty much. But it could definitely have been worse.
Like if you'd been tucked away in a center for troubled youth?
Right.
At least you had Michael.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have survived high school without him.
Bet you're gonna miss him when you move to Juneau. How's he doing?
Good. Good. But I haven't seen him much outside of work lately. He's been busy with his dance and helping his clan organize a potlatch. Is that smoke coming out of Stonehouse?
Guess someone finally bought that old shack.
That, or the ghosts are cozying up by the fire.
Think the new owners know it's totally haunted?
I'm sure Tina did her best to keep them from figuring it out. At least until the paperwork was signed. Ugh. That house always gave me the creeps. Those windows are like huge gawking eyes.
You think people talk about our house this way?
Probably.
Oof. Yeah.
So, we're really going back there, huh?
To Stonehouse?
I mean, we're going home.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Think the house will sell?
No interested buyers yet. Turns out people don't line up to buy murder houses with no electricity.
At least it's got one hell of a view. Unlike Juneau.
Hey, Juneau has mountain views aplenty. It just also has people and fun. You still thinking you might be my roomie?
I'm thinking about it.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
I just had a thought. Okay, a lot of this has to do with stuff that like they talk about later on in the game. I'm debating whether or not I want to do spoilers or no spoilers, but no, let's try and keep this relatively spoiler free for now. But like, without giving away any spoilers, there's something to be said about how like Tyler seems to have this tendency to want to like isolate himself, not just from Alyson, but from everyone. Like his desire to like essentially. Yeah, we maybe we should touch on this more later on as we get into it more. But like, sorry, my brain isn't working. I'm like exhausted. But like, because he talks about wanting to like, get away from everyone, and like I don't know, my brain isn't working right now. But it's something trauma, something isolation, which like I can definitely relate to. Did you know that there is a trans character in the Fallout series who's actually played by a trans actor? I didn't know that. That's great. They had a minor role this season, but apparently their part is supposed to be expanded a lot next season. Interesting. Nice. Yeah, Tyler's also voiced by a trans voice actor. Sure.
Shoot.
I was told, after you, graduated, I guess, and became a mentor 3 years ago, you still basically spent all your time at Fireweed, right?
Pretty much. There were a few times I tried to go to these meetups for trans people in Juneau, but something always came up. I probably should have put myself out there more, but it was better to be around in case the residents needed me.
So
Yeah.
You were free to come and go as you pleased?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing. Just being an overly invested sister. Curious how you spent your time.
Yeah, like he didn't come see her. He didn't go to Juneau.
Alyson,
Yeah?
spit it out.
Okay, you need to promise not to freak out.
Oh, here we go.
What is it?
It's a gift. From Eddie. I know he's not your favorite person, but
I'm sorry. When you said Eddie, I thought you meant Chief Brown, as in the police officer who arrested me.
Come on, Ty, don't...
And your adopted father, the man who didn't let you visit me for 7 years.
Yeah.
Fireweed administration backed him up, Tyler. They thought it was best for both of us.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
It's a peace offering. And you're the two most important people in my life. Please, for me.
He can't buy my forgiveness with some cheap-ass trinket.
It's a gift, Tyler. You know what gift-giving means in Tlingit culture, and what it means to refuse one.
Yeah, well, too bad. I'm not gonna make nice with the cop who arrested me.
I can't accept this. I'm just not there yet.
All right.
You gonna mope about that for the rest of the day, or what?
Just hoped you might make an effort, that's all.
Yeah, okay, this is another part of this game that really pisses me off. Like, was I talking about? Anyways, this is a part of this game that really pisses me off. Like, it yet again does the whole, like, sympathetic cop thing that somehow persists in just about every single Life is Strange. And, like, I consider this kind of like an honorary Life is Strange game, even though technically it isn't. That, like, this whole thing, like, that both Donut and Deck 9 tend to do, that, like, really, really pisses me off. And to make him an indigenous man is, like, very, very yikes. And, like, to have him be, like, the person who not only arrested Tyler and put him in juvie, but then adopted Alyson, like, that's so fucking messy. And, like, they could have done, like, a lot of really interesting things with that, and, like, actually interrogating it, but, like, a lot of it just ends up being, like, overly sympathetic to Eddie, Chief Brown. And, yeah, it really pisses me off. I mean, at the end of the day, like, most video games aren't gonna be, like, too critical of the police, or, like, go as far as to, like, completely condemn the police, because they're still trying to, like, profit off of, like, the sales of their game, and, you know, like, market it to, like, a general, like, demographic, more or less, and, like, that means you can't, like, stray too far from, like, the status quo or whatever. Like, Donut more or less is considered an indie studio, but it's less indie than it used to be now that it's gotten quite popular, mostly because of the success of Life is Strange. And, like, yeah, so, like, they're never gonna go that far, which is disappointing, but not surprising. But, yeah, like, Alyson's, like, refusal to understand, like, what Tyler went through, and, like, why he wouldn't want to make nice with the cop who arrested him, like, pisses me off. Anyways.
An effort? It's an effort not to punch something whenever you say his name.
Can't you just cut him a break?
No.
He was doing the best he could with a truly shitty situation.
I don't buy that. Just don't be a cop then if you don't want to get put in shitty situations like that. Freaking Christ.
Did you hear that? Oh. So, I'm a jerk.
You're not a jerk.
You need to have the last word.
You have a
In other
valid
words,
opinion.
a jerk.
You have completely valid feelings that need to be
I didn't mean to
expressed.
dig in like that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I just hoped we could wrap everything up with a grand gesture and move on to our perfectly normal lives.
Yeah, no, sorry, I keep pausing. It's just I can't really focus on thinking thoughts and saying them and listening to the dialogue at the same time. something that I'm only kind of processing now. I've played this game twice before, but the first time was back in 2021, and the second time was last year. So it's been a while since I last played this game, and I think I'm only starting to unpack this now for some reason, but, like, there's something to be said about this game, and, like, what am I trying to say? Like, not just, like, microaggressions of transphobia, because there's definitely that in this game, and they do get addressed, and Tyler stands his ground, which I do love, but, like, the barreling, I don't know how to describe it for some reason, I can't think of the words, but it's, like, the barreling past of the trans person's feelings, and the, like, ignoring of, like, his trauma, or, like, not really, like, understanding, like, how, like, these things have affected him, and how, like, being a marginalized person in, like, within, like, the carceral justice system has, like, affected him and traumatized him, and also, like, all the stuff that happened with his mother. Not giving away any spoilers, so we're not really going to get into that right now, but just, like, because the game does a good job of, like, getting into how Alyson has, like, suppressed a lot of this shit, and how, like, she doesn't deal with her feelings properly in a healthy way, and yada yada yada, and a lot of that is really good, but, like, I think there's something to be said about how I'm not sure if it's the narrative itself so much, or just Alyson, like, has a tendency to not, like, really, like, she just doesn't get it, right? And, like, the game never really, like, encourages, like, her to, like, really interrogate that. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I think you'll see it like, more and more as we go on. Like, I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers, but there's also a scene later on where, like, there's lots of scenes where, like, characters, like, often talk about Tyler as, like, ungrateful or causing trouble or, like, pushing Alyson into situations she doesn't want to be in, which, like, there's something to be said about how Alyson doesn't stand up for herself and can be a bit of a pushover and a people pleaser because she's been socialized and conditioned to be that way, and, like, her trauma and her mental distress, the way it manifests, kind of she has a tendency to do that, and she needs to work on that. But, like, then people, I'm not sure if it's the narrative itself, or, like, often many characters in the game want to put that on Tyler for, like, not understanding, like, what she's going through, and also, like, pushing her and, like, getting her into situations that she doesn't want to be in, and, like, the narrative surrounding him casts him as this, like, troublemaker, essentially, right? This delinquent, this, like, the guy who, like, makes friction and, like, causes problems, and, like, I'm not really sure if it's, like, I don't think the game is trying to enforce or reinforce that narrative, or, like, co-sign that narrative, because there's a lot of, like, Tyler standing up for himself, like I said, against microaggressions as well, but, like, it doesn't, especially when Alyson is concerned, I don't really think it does enough to, like, challenge it. So it ends up kind of accidentally, like, reinforcing this idea that, like, he is inconsiderate and too, like, I don't know, like, you know? Like, he causes problems, he creates drama, and, like, that's something that really gets to me, particularly as a trans person, because there's this, like, narrative in society that, like, every time we voice our true feelings about something we're not okay with, and we, like, set boundaries and stand up for ourselves, and every time we say, like, I'm not okay with this, or I don't want to forgive this person because of X, Y, Z reasons, we're always painted as, like, overreacting and, like, causing drama, whatever, and, like, you may think I'm, like, reading into things too much, and, like, it is very early days, and maybe I shouldn't be getting into this yet when we're so early in the game so far, and I'm trying not to give away spoilers, but, like, I think as we go on, we can discuss this more, but it's something that, like, kind of nigs at me. Yeah. Yeah, he's such a jerk for refusing a gift from the cop who arrested him. Sarcastic. Yeah, literally, like, what the heck? like, don't get me wrong, like, I love this game, and the reason why I'm critiquing parts of this game and, like, bringing up this stuff is because I love this game. Like, I wouldn't do it if I didn't love this game. It's the same with Life is Strange and the stuff I criticize about it. Like, it comes from a place of love.
What? This isn't normal? Still your brother?
Still your sister. Would it ruin the moment if I said I needed to call home?
Yes. Completely.
Sorry.
Go ahead and stop apologizing all the time.
Okay, sorry. Thanks.
Like, she's always apologizing for everything, and that's kind of a part of her character.
Hey, it's me. Yep, we didn't die in a fiery
It's
crash.
so weird being back on this boat.
Introduction to making Devil's Club tea. Our way of life, community, and cultural programming sponsored by the Heritage Foundation. Learn how to harvest and process Devil's Club to make tea. Sign up today. Yeah, it's another interesting part of this game is how they try and, like, include, like, not just, like, indigenous, like, iconography and, like, myths and just, like, leave it as, like, window dressing, like in Life is Strange, but actually, like, include indigenous characters and, like, central important parts of, like, particularly, like, Tlingit culture and information about Tlingit culture, and actually discussions of, like, colonialism, as you'll see later on, like, particularly in the later episodes. A lot of the stuff with Michael is, like, really interesting. It does get massively undercut, in my opinion, though, by the fact that, like, Eddie's a fucking cop. There's no substitute. Protect our only home. Under the Sea.
Gastineau Winter Formal?
Gastineau High School Winter Formal.
Fancy. Wait, wasn't that Allison's
December
high school?
12th, 2015. Bed and breakfast. Canoe for sale. Tlingit dance performance. Free and open to the public.
Yikes.
Hey, I heard that.
Crime control.
Hey, man, it's your truck. You do you.
Same to you. Live and let live.
Tyler truly is just... No, fuck you. Tyler is truly just, like, peak commentary at times. Like, we love to see it.
Isn't hunting season almost over?
Almost. Want to draw for one of the last hunts of the season.
Wonder if there'll be time to hit the buzzard hole while I'm here.
What's that now?
Oh, nothing.
You need to stop talking out loud.
Whoa, look at that antique.
You're not one of those odd sixes old and boring folks, are you?
Anyways.
Tyler, we're almost there.
Okay. I like that in this game, when you hear eagles, they actually sound like them. Many media use the sound of hawks instead, because many eagle calls actually sound like little birds instead of some big predator. That's interesting. You can talk to that guy, but it gets dicey if you reveal the wrong information, which I think is interesting because it is very realistic. Like, often when you're trans, you cannot tell people certain things because, especially strangers, because you never know how that conversation is going to go down. Hang on, what am I doing? What am I looking at?
Hey, Alyson. Can we take the scenic route instead of the highway? Alyson?
Don't think she can hear you.
Yeah, I noticed.
Guess not.
Thanks. Alright, we might as well do this for the content TM.
Where you headed?
Delos Crossing?
Same here. You from around here?
Just visiting.
Just in town for a few days.
I see. Any relatives in the area?
Let's go.
Great. Saved by the bell.